and that's been 27 years today. And so,
Today?
huh?
Today?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean presently. July 5th, we got married July 5th, so so,
My fault.
sorry for that. But yeah, we've been married for 27 years, and so when I got in church, and after, my attitude was when I got in church is I didn't want nothing to do with that lifestyle no more, because I was really deeply hurt, and my mind was really troubled by what I saw my homeboys doing to each other. And so I didn't want anything to do with that lifestyle anymore. So I wasn't even thinking about going back and throwing a lifeline or trying to help somebody else get out of gangs and things like that. I was done. When if I see somebody, they would come by my gang, man, I tell them don't do that. That's not me no more. And the whole bit, I didn't hang out with them. I didn't talk with them. I didn't have nothing to do with any of the guys. And it wasn't until like maybe a couple years after I was in church that people began to talk to me and begin to share with me that, hey, you have a testimony, you have something that you can go back and reach these guys that maybe nobody else can reach because you come from that lifestyle. And so it was then when I started thinking about it and looking at it, that's when I started really trying to reach out to my homeboys and my friends and things like that. I started a program in '92 called Let Us Make Man Outreach Services, and did that for a few years, and then I started pastoring in 1995, and that's when I kind of stopped the program and I did all ministry through my church. And I was kind of the typical kind of pastor at first, where everything operated within the walls of the church. I would go out and witness to my friends or share the gospel with some of my friends if they wanted to get saved, come to church fine. If they didn't, fine. But those that did come, I just took them through the process that I went through as far as staying off the streets, getting involved in church, committing your life to the Lord, until I started realizing that, there was more to it, and there's a lot more needs, a lot more issues, a lot more things that, services that people need when they do want to get out of the gang lifestyle. So now as a pastor, I started getting involved into the community, I guess about 4 years ago. Started getting back involved, and since then, as I was sharing earlier, we have several programs that I'm a part of through the church that the church gets involved with in order to help and service and meet the needs of those who are in gangs, and to help them to change their life to get in church, because I'm more interested in faith-based rather than community-based, because I work with a friend of mine, pastor friend of mine, who have faith community-based, but with community-based you really can't talk about the Lord. With community-based you can't introduce someone to Christ through that program, and that they may get saved and turn their lives over. You can only you can share your personal testimony, invite them to church and things like that, but not through the program. You can't talk about God because it's community-based. So I'm more interested in faith-based, and through faith-based we're able to actually talk about Christ, introduce people to Christ, and for people to get saved. So one of the things that, and I'll share with a few things of what we do and how we try to reach the gang members that are out there, and the process that I take them through when they get in church, when they come to the Lord and want to get saved, and how we service and help them. But I'm involved with several community, faith-based programs in the community. One is called the Compassion Project. I don't know if anybody heard of that before, but the Compassion Project is a faith-based organization that actually, when a gang member gets killed through a violent act, we go out and minister to the families. And we help them make funeral arrangements. We